The quiet, relentless march of time, an unseen current flowing perpetually forward, often brings with it a subtle, insidious thief, one that patiently and meticulously targets our most cherished freedoms, systematically stealing them away one painful, struggling step at a time, so imperceptibly that we rarely recognize the theft until its grip is firmly established. It doesn't burst into our lives with a dramatic, earth-shattering crash, announcing its arrival with fanfare and immediate alarm, but rather arrives as a barely audible whisper, a fleeting ache that ghosts through the joints in the quiet solitude of the morning, a disconcerting hint of stiffness that lingers after sitting comfortably for what feels like an entirely ordinary period, a subtle puffiness around the ankles that, at first, seems utterly trivial, yet gradually grows more insistent, more persistent, with each passing, relentless day. Before we are even able to fully comprehend the profound magnitude of what is truly happening, the simple, yet immeasurably profound joy of walking freely and unburdened through a vibrant, fragrant garden, feeling the earth beneath our feet, gracefully ascending a challenging flight of stairs without a second thought, or even just standing comfortably for an extended period, perhaps to admire a painting or engage in a lively conversation, begins, almost without our conscious awareness, to recede into a distant, hazy, and profoundly aching memory, a ghost of effortless movement from a time long past. You might find yourself observing, almost helplessly, as the once expansive world around you seems to shrink, becoming less accessible, less inviting, yearning with a deep, visceral longing for those bygone days when every movement felt utterly effortless, when your body was a loyal, dependable companion, a finely tuned instrument at your command, rather than transforming into a constant source of negotiation, discomfort, and an unwelcome limitation. This isn't merely about the presence of physical pain, although that is undeniably a significant component. It is, far more deeply, about the profound, almost spiritual loss of independence, the silent, isolating sorrow of being excluded from life's most ordinary, yet in their very simplicity, most beautiful and enriching acts, those everyday moments that collectively weave the rich tapestry of a full existence. Yet, what if, amidst this creeping despair and quiet resignation, I were to reveal to you a secret, a profound and ancient wisdom that has been meticulously nurtured, carefully guarded, and lovingly passed down through countless generations in a distant, serene, and remarkably resilient land, a truth so fundamental, so deeply embedded in the very fabric of daily life, that it holds the very key, an elegantly simple solution, to not just alleviating discomfort, but to truly reclaiming that lost freedom, to rekindling the vibrant flame of unburdened movement? What if, as you read these very words, countless others, many of whom are far older than you could possibly imagine, are already effortlessly tending their intricate gardens, their movements fluid and graceful, climbing majestic mountains with an enviable agility, and living with an astonishingly vibrant energy, a zest for life that defies conventional expectations, well into their spirited 80s, 90s, and even beyond, while a surprisingly simple, often overlooked yet monumentally powerful truth remains frustratingly hidden from your grasp, just beyond the edge of your perception. The astonishing, almost miraculous reality is that you might be far closer, immeasurably closer than you ever dared to imagine, to unlocking that very same boundless vitality, to discovering a gentle yet profoundly powerful way to nourish your body from its deepest, most fundamental layers, allowing you to move with a renewed ease, a fluid grace, and to rediscover the sheer, unadulterated joy of an unburdened, active, and fully engaged life. A life where every step is not a struggle, but a celebration. My own deeply personal journey into this profound and life-altering revelation began quite unexpectedly, not in the sterile, predictable confines of a research lab or through an academic journal, but with a heartfelt, almost desperate letter that arrived one ordinary morning from a longtime patient, a woman whose once vibrant and expansive world had tragically, and with agonizing slowness, narrowed to an almost unbearable degree. Her movements constrained, her spirit dimmed by persistent discomfort, her poignant, almost pleading words, etched with both pain and a flicker of unwavering hope, ignited an unyielding quest deep within me, propelling me far beyond the familiar confines of conventional medical textbooks, the established protocols, and the often limited scope of Western medical understanding. This urgent internal calling led me on an extraordinary pilgrimage, all the way to the breathtakingly beautiful, tranquil mountains of Japan, a land where time seems to flow with a different rhythm, where wisdom is etched not just in ancient stones, but in the daily habits of its people. There, in that serene landscape, I was not merely an observer, but a witness to an altogether different, profoundly inspiring narrative of aging, one that starkly contrasted with the often grim prognosis I was accustomed to. I saw elders, luminous in their 80s and 90s, whose faces bore the gentle lines of a lifetime of experiences, yet who moved with an almost lyrical grace, their bodies supple and responsive, defying the conventional expectations of advanced age. These remarkable individuals devotedly tended their intricate, meticulously kept gardens every single day, their hands strong, their backs unbent, and ascended steep flights of stairs without the slightest hint of assistance, their bodies seemingly defying the relentless, inexorable passage of time, an astonishing testament to a different way of living. The profound secret, it became increasingly clear with each passing encounter and every new observation, wasn't tucked away in prohibitively expensive prescriptions that addressed symptoms rather than causes, nor in cutting-edge surgical procedures that offered temporary fixes, but rather embedded deeply in something far more ancient, infinitely comforting, and remarkably accessible to everyone, a time-honored way of eating that naturally fortifies your joints, revitalizes your entire system from its very core, invigorating every cell and fiber, starting with a powerful, yet frequently misunderstood and often underestimated nutrient known simply as collagen. Today, with a sense of profound urgency and boundless excitement, I am pulling back the curtain on this deep-seated ancestral wisdom, eager to share with you, with every fiber of my being, 6 extraordinarily potent, all-natural foods plucked directly from the heart of the traditional Japanese kitchen, culinary treasures that have sustained generations. These are not merely ingredients to be consumed, they are gentle allies, comforting companions on your journey towards renewed well-being, and most crucially, they are powerful, unwavering supporters of your body's inherent capacity to move, to walk, to truly live without the heavy, restrictive, and debilitating shackles of discomfort and limitation. This isn't just a revelation of forgotten knowledge. It's a sincere, heartfelt invitation to a life less hindered, a profound chance to rejoin the vibrant, exhilarating dance of life with newfound vigor, an astonishing sense of agility and exhilarating freedom, a freedom you may have long thought was irretrievably lost. Do not, under any circumstances, let this transformative knowledge slip through your fingers. Remain with me, open your mind and heart, because what you are on the very verge of discovering has the profound, life-altering power to utterly redefine how you experience every single year, every single day, every single moment that gracefully, or perhaps now with newfound vigor, lies ahead. That heavy, leaden feeling that seems to weigh down your legs, making each step feel like an arduous climb. The disconcerting way your ankles seem to subtly puff up and swell by evening, leaving deep, telltale indentations from the elastic band of your socks that linger long after they've been removed. These are not, I assure you, merely minor inconveniences that you just have to live with as you navigate the journey of getting older. Far from it. They are often a quiet, yet incredibly urgent signal, a subtle but persistent cry for help from your body, communicating an imbalance or a need that deserves your immediate and compassionate attention. Many of us, understandably, mistakenly attribute these nagging symptoms to the inevitable, relentless march of aging, resignedly accepting them as an unchangeable consequence of time, or simply to the relentless, unyielding pull of gravity. But what if there's a deeper, far less obvious culprit at play, one that is not only identifiable, but, more importantly, can be profoundly addressed and effectively remedied? One of the most significant, yet tragically often overlooked factors contributing directly to these sensations of heaviness, swelling, and discomfort is the silent, gradual, and persistent loss of collagen, that vital protein scaffolding, within your body's intricate internal architecture. Collagen, in its profound and often underestimated essence, is a truly remarkable protein, far more vital and multifaceted than its superficial association with youthful skin and the absence of wrinkles might initially suggest. Imagine it, if you will, as the fundamental resilient scaffolding, the intricate internal framework that meticulously holds everything together inside your magnificent human form. It forms the incredibly resilient yet wonderfully flexible structure of your intricate network of blood vessels, those vital highways that transport life-giving nutrients and oxygen throughout your entire system. It also constitutes the delicate lymphatic channels, those quiet, unseen pathways that diligently clear waste and excess fluid from your tissues, acting as your body's sophisticated internal drainage system. Furthermore, it comprises the vast, pervasive web of connective tissue that gives shape, support, and structural integrity to every single part of your body, from your bones to your organs, your muscles to your skin. As the years progress and our natural inherent collagen production gradually begins to wane, a crucial and often detrimental change inexorably occurs. The once elastic, supple walls of your veins, which once stretched and contracted with effortless ease, become less pliable, more rigid, losing their vital flexibility. Simultaneously, the tiny, intricate valves nestled with astonishing precision inside these veins, those delicate, exquisitely designed flaps that are engineered to meticulously push blood upwards, valiantly defying the constant pull of gravity, ensuring efficient circulation, start to weaken, falter, and ultimately lose their crucial effectiveness. The unfortunate yet entirely predictable consequence of this diminished structural integrity, this subtle but significant breakdown in your internal support system, is that blood and lymphatic fluid, instead of flowing freely, unimpeded, and efficiently back towards the heart, begin to pool and collect, often stagnating, particularly in your lower legs, ankles, and feet, the areas most susceptible to gravitational pull. This stagnant fluid, this unwelcome accumulation, then manifests externally as the noticeable puffiness you observe around your ankles, the lingering deep impressions left by your socks that persist for hours, and that undeniable constant heaviness you feel after prolonged periods of standing or sitting, transforming simple acts into wearying struggles. This isn't just an abstract concept of poor circulation, it's a direct, urgent, and unmistakable cry for help from your collagen, signaling a fundamental weakening, a critical compromise in your body's most essential internal support system, a system that, with the right nourishment, can be profoundly restored. In stark and illuminating contrast to these often resigned Western perspectives, when I ventured to Japan, particularly during my deeply immersive time in Okinawa, an island known for its exceptionally long-lived and vibrant population, I encountered an entirely different, fundamentally transformative understanding of health and the process of aging. There, among communities where older adults often maintain an extraordinary, almost miraculous level of mobility, physical agility, and vibrant energy well into their 90s and beyond, there exists a deeply ingrained, almost sacred cultural understanding. Food isn't merely sustenance, a collection of calories to keep the body running. It is, profoundly, medicine, a powerful, preventative, and restorative force. Their focus extends far beyond the superficiality of simple calorie counts or a limited list of isolated vitamins. Instead, they consciously, almost intuitively, prioritize what truly nourishes the body's deeper, more fundamental layers. The inherent resilience and fluidity of the joints, the supple flexibility of the fascia that encases every muscle and organ, and the structural integrity of the very vessels that tirelessly carry life-giving nutrients, oxygen, and vital energy throughout our entire being. I vividly recall numerous instances of observing elderly patients in their 80s, even some in their 90s, gracefully walking to their clinic appointments, their posture tall and upright, moving with a striking absence of any noticeable swelling in their legs, their steps light and unburdened. They weren't reliant on an arsenal of prohibitively expensive supplements, often synthesized and isolated, nor a complex regimen of modern medications, each designed to address a single symptom. Their secret, a truth that resonated with breathtaking simplicity, was beautifully straightforward, yet profoundly effective. They were eating differently, in a way that had been perfected over centuries. Their daily meals consistently incorporated collagen-rich broths, slowly simmered to extract every ounce of goodness, savory fish skin, which many Western cultures readily discard, comforting probiotic-rich miso, a staple that nourished them from within, and a host of other indigenous foods that have been revered for countless centuries for their inherent ability to support healthy circulation and foster robust, resilient connective tissues. And that, my friends, is the gentle, yet undeniably powerful, profoundly impactful truth, the ancient wisdom that I am so incredibly eager to share with you, to unpack and reveal piece by piece so that you too can harness its restorative power. If your legs consistently feel heavy, burdened by an unseen weight, if persistent, unwelcome swelling is slowing you down, hindering your movements and diminishing your quality of life, resist the immediate, often conditioned, urge to reach for yet another pill, another quick fix solution that addresses only the surface. Let's instead turn our compassionate attention to what truly matters, to what lies at the very heart of nourishment and healing, what is on your plate, because profoundly, unequivocally, what you choose to eat, the mindful choices you make regarding your daily sustenance, can become your body's most effective, most comprehensive repair kit, working diligently, subtly, and powerfully from the inside out to restore your lost freedom, to rekindle your inherent comfort, and to bring back the joyous lightness of unhindered movement. Journey through the serene, often breathtakingly beautiful countryside towns of Japan, and you'll inevitably discover a remarkable truth, one that defies many conventional Western expectations of aging. It's not just uncommon or a rare, heartwarming exception, but rather the accepted, vibrant norm to witness elders in their spirited 80s, their resilient 90s, and even their advanced centenarian years, actively sweeping their porches with nimble, fluid movements, their bodies seemingly unfazed by the passage of time. You'll see them meticulously tending to their vibrant, perfectly kept gardens, bending and kneeling with an enviable ease, or gracefully riding bicycles to the local market, their baskets laden with fresh produce, their faces alight with a quiet determination and an inner peace. These aren't isolated, charming anecdotes shared to evoke sentimentality. They represent the vibrant, undeniable, and deeply inspiring everyday reality of life in Japan. Indeed, Japan proudly boasts one of the highest life expectancies in the entire world, a testament to its unique approach to well-being. Yet, what is arguably even more profoundly impressive, more genuinely inspiring than the sheer length of their lives, is the extraordinary, unparalleled quality of those additional years. Years lived with vitality, purpose, and remarkable independence. A significant foundational pillar, the very bedrock of this remarkable longevity and consistently sustained vitality, can be traced directly back to their distinctive, time-honored approach to eating, a philosophy deeply woven into the fabric of their culture. Within Japanese culture, food transcends its basic utilitarian role as mere fuel, as a means to simply stave off hunger. It is revered with an almost spiritual devotion, as a lifelong teacher, a profound source of wisdom that guides not just the body, but the mind and spirit. There's even a specific, beautifully evocative term for this pervasive philosophy, shuiku, which translates eloquently and with deep meaning as food education. From the earliest, most impressionable stages of childhood, Japanese children are not simply instructed on what to eat, guided by a list of acceptable and unacceptable foods. Far more importantly, and with a lasting impact, they are diligently taught why certain foods matter, the deep, intricate connections between what they consume and its effects on their internal landscape. They learn the intricate ways in which specific, meticulously chosen ingredients actively support the inherent strength and resilience of their bones, the supple flexibility and graceful fluidity of their joints, and the smooth, efficient, life-giving flow of their circulation, understanding that these are not isolated functions, but interconnected systems. This isn't a restrictive, punitive diet dictated by fleeting trends, celebrity endorsements, or severe, unsustainable limitations. Rather, it is an approach steeped in the timeless universal principle of harmony, balance, and mindful consumption. Meals are thoughtfully composed, often smaller in portion than many Western counterparts, but meticulously balanced, a symphony of flavors and textures. You'll frequently encounter a warm, comforting bowl of miso soup, its steam rising gently, a modest portion of delicately grilled fish, its skin often rendered perfectly crisp, a few vibrant slices of pickled vegetables, adding a sharp, refreshing counterpoint, and a serving of pristine white rice, all consumed not in a hurried, distracted fashion, but savored with mindful appreciation, each bite a moment of quiet gratitude. Crucially, the traditional Japanese diet is inherently, naturally abundant in vital nutrients that actively enhance the body's natural collagen production and vigorously support overall joint health, preventing the degradation that often leads to pain and swelling. They prioritize foods that inherently keep inflammation at bay, that maintain the supple elasticity of blood vessels, ensuring free and efficient flow, and that fortify the structural strength of connective tissues throughout the entire body, from head to toe. Unlike many Western dietary practices where collagen is often sought primarily through expensive, isolated supplements, in Japan it is simply an integral, natural, and unassuming component of what consistently graces their plates every single day, seamlessly integrated into their culinary traditions, a testament to enduring wisdom. I recall a particularly illuminating visit to a health center nestled in the verdant, rolling Shikoku region, a place of profound tranquility and natural beauty. There, I had the immense privilege of meeting a truly remarkable 94-year-old woman who, every single morning without fail, rain or shine, walked a considerable distance to her neighborhood shrine, a place of quiet contemplation and spiritual peace. What struck me most was that she moved with an astounding absence of any assistive device, no walker, no cane, no external aid whatsoever, just steady, unyielding legs that carried her with a quiet dignity and a face radiating profound inner peace, a calm that seemed to emanate from her very core. When I, in my earnest curiosity, dared to ask her for her secret, the profound wisdom behind her enduring vitality, she offered a gentle, knowing smile, her eyes crinkling at the corners with a lifetime of experience, and responded with a simplicity that resonated deeply within me, a truth that felt ancient and undeniable. I eat warm food and I chew slowly. My bones, they thank me. That singular, unassuming moment became indelibly etched in my memory, a powerful, humbling reminder that true healing, profound rejuvenation, doesn't necessarily have to be complicated or involve complex, expensive, or invasive interventions. Sometimes the most direct, the most effective, and the most sustainable path to achieving stronger, more flexible joints, to significantly improving circulation, and to achieving a substantial reduction in persistent swelling begins with something as unassuming, as quiet, and as deeply comforting as a warm bowl of soup, prepared with love and intention, or a mindful bite of fish skin, savored for its nourishing properties. These ancient foods, these culinary traditions, carry within them not just nutrients, but centuries of accumulated wisdom, a subtle, almost unspoken invitation to slow down, to truly listen to the often ignored subtle signals our bodies are sending, to honor the profound connection between what we consume and how we live. So, with that profound understanding, that sense of deep respect for ancestral knowledge, let us now delve deeper and embark on a fascinating exploration of 6 remarkably collagen-rich foods, each a cherished staple of the traditional Japanese diet, that possess the inherent quiet power to significantly reduce persistent swelling, to alleviate joint discomfort, and to actively support your precious joints from the inside out, meticulously rebuilding and strengthening, thereby paving the way for a life of greater unburdened movement, renewed comfort, and an invigorating sense of freedom you may have thought was forever out of reach. Step into a bustling, atmospheric izakaya, that quintessential, vibrant, casual Japanese pub, a hub of lively conversation and delicious aromas, tucked away on a vibrant back street in any Japanese city, and your eyes might land upon a rather surprising, yet utterly delightful, dish prominently displayed on the menu. Nankotsu, or impeccably grilled chicken cartilage. It arrives at your table sizzling invitingly, its surface ever so slightly crispy, a testament to perfect preparation, served simply with a delicate, almost ethereal sprinkle of pristine sea salt, its crystals catching the light, and a bright, zesty squeeze of fresh lemon cutting through the richness. For many unfamiliar Western palates, this might initially seem quite peculiar, perhaps even a little daunting, a culinary adventure too far into the unknown, a texture or concept that is entirely new. However, in Japan, this humble, unassuming dish, far from being unusual, is celebrated as a cherished, hidden gem, a true delicacy, especially among the esteemed elders who hold their joint health, their mobility, and their physical resilience in the highest, most revered regard, understanding its profound importance for a life of independence. Chicken cartilage is, without exaggeration, an extraordinary nutritional powerhouse, exceptionally rich in type 2 collagen. This specific type of collagen is the precise, crucial building block that forms the flexible yet incredibly robust, shock-absorbing tissue within our joints. Those vital, intricate cushions nestled so carefully between our bones, within our knees, hips, and shoulders, where stiffness, the dreaded grinding sensation, and persistent, often debilitating, swelling so frequently originate. Unlike type 1 collagen, which is more abundantly found in the resilience of our skin and the strength of our bones, type 2 is strategically and exquisitely concentrated in these vital joint areas, perfectly designed for its specific function. By consciously consuming it in its most natural food form, rather than isolated supplements, you are directly delivering these essential regenerative building blocks to the very places that are crying out for repair, for rejuvenation, and for sustained support, giving your body precisely what it needs to mend itself. But Nankotsu offers far more than just its impressive, targeted nutritional profile. It carries a powerful symbolic significance within the intricate tapestry of Japanese culture. There's a deep-seated, almost reverential respect for utilizing every single precious part of an animal, a practice deeply rooted in profound gratitude for the life given and an unwavering commitment to sustainability, ensuring no resources wasted. This time-honored tradition also, quite remarkably, bestows a multitude of profound health benefits that modern science, with its ever-advancing tools, is only just beginning to fully comprehend, meticulously validate, and integrate into our understanding of holistic well-being. I vividly recall a particularly meaningful conversation with one of my patients, a retired librarian from the sun-drenched state of California, who confided in me with a quiet vulnerability about her persistent, almost relentless struggle with clicking knees that sounded like a discordant symphony with every step, and chronically tight, aching hips that made simple movements feel like an arduous, painful battle. After she began incorporating cartilage-rich broth into her weekly meals, a broth lovingly made by slowly simmering chicken joints and bones for many patient hours, allowing the precious collagen to gently leach into the liquid, she observed a transformation, subtle at first, almost imperceptible, yet profoundly impactful and deeply encouraging. "It's not as though I've suddenly become 20 again," she recounted, her voice brimming with a joyful, almost incredulous laugh, a lightness I hadn't heard in years. But getting up from the couch, that once monumental effort, no longer feels like an arduous battle against my own body. That's the kind of progress that truly warms my heart, that brings me a deep sense of peace, gentle, steady, and wonderfully, miraculously sustainable. If the thought of grilling cartilage in the traditional izakaya style doesn't quite appeal to your particular culinary sensibilities, or perhaps feels a step too far outside your comfort zone, rest assured, there are far gentler, equally effective, and wonderfully accessible ways to reap its remarkable joint-supporting benefits. Consider simmering nutrient-dense chicken feet or chicken necks, often overlooked cuts, with fragrant, warming ginger and vibrant green onions to create a light, deeply nourishing, and incredibly flavorful broth. You can savor this liquid gold warm on its own, perhaps in a quiet moment of reflection, use it as a flavorful, umami-rich base for preparing rice dishes, imbuing them with depth, or incorporate it seamlessly into your favorite comforting soups, adding a hidden boost of healing. Over time, these seemingly small, consistent additions to your daily or weekly diet can provide a steady, reliable stream of those crucial, highly targeted joint-supporting nutrients that your body, particularly as it ages, so desperately craves and utilizes for repair. I often think of an elderly Okinawan woman I met, her face etched with a wisdom earned over a century, who every single winter morning would begin her day with a comforting, steaming cup of chicken cartilage soup, a ritual she held dear. Her secret, she believed with unwavering conviction, was a long, unhurried simmer, allowing the essence of the bones to truly infuse the broth, and the quiet, peaceful act of preparing it herself in her small, immaculate kitchen. She held a deep, almost spiritual conviction that the warmth derived not just from the broth itself, its comforting heat spreading through her body, but from the very act of its loving preparation. The intention she poured into it possessed its own inherent subtle healing power. And perhaps profoundly, she was absolutely undeniably right. Collagen doesn't just physically build and repair tissue, it subtly, almost imperceptibly, builds connection. A profound connection to our food, a respectful connection to enduring ancestral traditions, and a deep, fulfilling connection to the simple, immeasurable, and often forgotten joys of effortless, unburdened movement, a freedom that truly defines a life well lived. Let's now explore the second incredible food, one you've likely seen countless times on your plate but might never have truly appreciated or even considered for its remarkable hidden nutritional prowess. In Japan, it's a commonplace, unremarkable sight to witness elders with a quiet appreciation savoring every single bite of a perfectly grilled fish, whether it's a flaky piece of salmon or a robust mackerel. And this, crucially, includes the skin, often considered the most flavorful and nutritious part by those who understand its value. While it might initially appear to be a minor, almost trivial detail, a mere texture preference at first glance, this deeply ingrained habit, passed down through generations, reflects something far more profound, a cultural understanding, a deep-seated intuition that true holistic nourishment often resides precisely in the very parts that many in other cultures habitually, almost instinctively discard, deeming them undesirable or inedible. Fish skin is, without any exaggeration, one of the most remarkably, astonishingly collagen-rich components of the fish, a true hidden gem of nutrition. It is absolutely brimming with type 1 collagen, a vital and ubiquitous protein that provides robust, essential structural support not only for your skin's elasticity and its youthful, supple appearance, helping to ward off visible signs of aging, but also, and far more critically, for the integrity of your intricate network of blood vessels, ensuring their strength and flexibility, and the resilient strength and elasticity of your tendons, those crucial connectors between muscle and bone. As we navigate the inevitable journey of aging, our blood vessels can, unfortunately, become stiff, less responsive, and more brittle, directly contributing to the discomfort of persistent swelling, that heavy, leaden feeling, and the inefficiency of poor circulation, which prevents optimal nutrient delivery. Collagen, in its profound wisdom and structural power, helps to actively maintain their essential flexibility, their pliability, thereby allowing blood to flow more freely, more efficiently, and with less resistance, particularly to those areas most prone to stagnation and fluid accumulation, such as the lower legs and feet, where gravity exerts its constant pull. In many Western households, it's a standard, almost automatic practice to serve fish without its skin, often discarding what is perceived as an undesirable texture, something to be avoided. However, in Japan, fish like saba, mackerel, salmon, and sanma, Pacific sauri, are meticulously grilled with the skin on until it achieves a delectable, irresistible, slightly crispy perfection on the outside, a golden brown crunch, while the delicate flesh within remains exquisitely tender, moist, and flavorful. This meticulous preparation isn't just about maximizing flavor, creating a delightful textural contrast, or culinary artistry. It is about embracing a deeply restorative, profoundly health-giving culinary practice, one that respects the whole animal and harnesses its full nutritional potential. I recall a particularly memorable winter visit to a quaint, picturesque seaside town nestled near the stunning, rugged landscapes of Hokkaido, an area renowned for its fresh seafood. An 86-year-old gentleman with eyes sparkling with a lifetime of wisdom and a gentle demeanor graciously invited me to lunch at his humble, welcoming home. He served me perfectly grilled salmon, its skin rendered impeccably crisp and golden, a masterpiece of simple cooking. He shared with me, with a quiet, reflective tone, that this particular preparation brought back cherished memories of his childhood, a time when absolutely nothing was ever wasted, when every part of nature's bounty was utilized with gratitude. He held a steadfast, unwavering belief that consuming the skin contributed directly to the softness and flexibility of his knees, a belief visibly supported by the astonishing fact that he continued, with remarkable ease and agility, to climb the stairs in his multi-story home 3 times a day without pain or struggle. The manifold benefits of fish skin, therefore, extend far beyond its impressive concentrated collagen content. It is also a remarkably rich source of precious omega-3 fatty acids, renowned for their powerful anti-inflammatory properties, which are crucial for soothing aching joints and reducing systemic inflammation, and a treasure trove of trace minerals that actively support joint repair and regeneration, providing the building blocks for healing. This synergistic combination of elements, working in perfect harmony, is gentle yet profoundly powerful, especially for aging bodies that no longer possess the same innate youthful capacity to bounce back, to repair themselves with the same speed and efficiency as they once did. If the very idea of eating fish skin is new to you, or perhaps seems a little unusual or unappealing, I strongly encourage you to begin small, taking a gentle, exploratory step. Opt for wild salmon or mackerel, specifically choosing cuts with the skin still intact, a testament to its freshness and quality. Bake or pan-sear it with care until the skin achieves that coveted, delightful crispiness, a texture that will surprise and please you. You can season it simply with a sprinkle of pristine sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon, just as it's often prepared in an authentic Japanese kitchen, allowing the natural flavors to shine. The resulting texture, once you give it a try, might just surprise you in the most wonderfully unexpected, delicious way. Another excellent comforting option is to prepare a light, flavorful fish broth using the bones and skin, simmered gently to extract their essence. Infuse it with the warmth of fragrant ginger, a subtle touch of umami-rich miso, and perhaps a piece of kombu kelp to deepen its oceanic flavor and mineral content. Sip it slowly, allowing its quiet, restorative work to unfold within you, nourishing you from the inside out. In Japanese tradition, consuming the skin isn't merely a practical, economical choice, it is a profound act of respecting the entirety of the animal, a deep, almost spiritual connection to the very essence of what heals and nourishes you, a wisdom passed down through generations. In every mindful bite, there's not just flavor, but memory, a connection to the past. Not just protein, but a sense of profound peace and well-being. Next, we will journey into one of the most universally beloved daily rituals in Japan, the warm, comforting, and deeply nourishing embrace of miso soup, and the surprising, powerful collagen benefits it quietly, yet effectively, brings to your body. There exists something truly sacred, almost reverential in the way many Japanese individuals, particularly the elders, choose to begin their day, a ritual that speaks volumes about their philosophy of life and well-being. It's not with the jarring jolt of excessive sugar or the sharp artificial kick of caffeine designed to mask fatigue, but with an embracing, profound warmth, a gentle awakening of the internal systems. Picture, if you will, a quiet, steaming bowl of miso soup, its delicate tendrils of vapor rising gracefully, carrying the gentle mingling scents of deeply fermented soy, earthy and complex, and the fresh, invigorating essence of the ocean air, a symphony of natural aromas. It is not loud or demanding of immediate attention. It does not clamor for recognition. And yet, profoundly, unequivocally, it heals, working its quiet magic from within. Miso soup is a ubiquitous staple, served not only in serene ancient temples where monks meditate and traditional inns where weary travelers find solace, but also, quite remarkably, in hospitals across the nation, testament to its recognized therapeutic properties, and in countless homes, a daily ritual that binds generations. It stands as one of Japan's most enduring and cherished daily rituals, particularly revered among the elderly who understand its deep, nourishing power. And while it might not contain collagen as a direct explicit ingredient in the way a bone broth would, it plays an absolutely critical, multifaceted, and indispensable role in how your body internally generates its own collagen, efficiently absorbs other essential nutrients vital for bodily function, and effectively reduces systemic inflammation. A perfect, harmonious trio of benefits for anyone grappling with persistent leg swelling, the heavy burden of fluid retention, or the pervasive discomfort of stiff, aching joints. Let's begin by delving deeper into miso itself, the heart of this nourishing soup. Miso is a rich, savory, deeply umami fermented paste, meticulously crafted, often over months or even years, from soybeans and sometimes incorporating rice or barley, each type offering a distinct flavor profile. Through this ancient, intricate fermentation process, miso becomes incredibly abundant in probiotics, those beneficial microorganisms that are absolutely crucial for fostering robust, thriving gut health, the very foundation of overall well-being. This is an incredibly vital point, often underestimated, because for your body to adequately absorb the very nutrients required to manufacture collagen, essential components like vitamin C, zinc, copper, and crucial amino acids such as glycine and proline, which are the building blocks, your digestive system must be functioning optimally, efficiently processing and extracting these vital elements. Without a healthy gut, even the most nutrient-rich diet can be rendered ineffective. Glycine, which is found naturally in miso, is more than just a foundational collagen builder, contributing to the strength of connective tissues. It also possesses remarkable calming properties for the nervous system, acting as a gentle balm. This dual benefit is precisely why miso soup is often savored in the evening as well, especially during colder months. It doesn't just soothe the stomach, it extends its calming, comforting embrace to the entire body, promoting relaxation and restful sleep. Then there is wakame, a delicate, silky seaweed that is a frequent, welcome, and beautiful addition to miso soup, its green tendrils unfurling gently in the warm broth. Wakame may appear fragile and delicate, almost ethereal, but it is, in fact, a powerhouse of essential minerals, including magnesium, vital for muscle and nerve function, iodine, crucial for thyroid health, and calcium, the bedrock of strong bones. These vital minerals play a crucial role in regulating joint function, actively reducing fluid retention, alleviating that heavy, swollen feeling, and soothing chronic, low-level inflammation, one of the insidious silent culprits often lurking behind persistent joint pain and the unwelcome presence of leg swelling, subtly undermining health. I vividly recall a visit to a small, serene clinic on the outskirts of Nara, a city steeped in ancient history, where I encountered an elderly woman who had courageously survived 2 strokes, her spirit unbroken, and was diligently, painstakingly learning to walk again, each step a testament to her unwavering determination. Her hands trembled ever so slightly as she carefully lifted her bowl of miso soup, yet her eyes shone with an unyielding brightness, a profound inner light. "This soup," she whispered, her voice soft but resolute, "it gives me strength, not in grand, sweeping ways, not a sudden burst of energy, but just enough, precisely enough, to stand a little longer each day, to take one more step than yesterday." There's also a deeply psychological, almost spiritual aspect to miso soup, a comfort that transcends its physical components. The gentle warmth it imparts signals safety, solace, and profound comfort to the body, a primal sense of being nourished and cared for. Its fermentation process supports and actively strengthens the immune system, providing a robust defense against illness. Its subtle saltiness and deep umami richness satisfy the senses in a deeply primal, wonderfully complex way, a taste that connects one to ancient culinary traditions. It is a simple, ancient food that, in its essence, conveys a profound, unspoken message. You are cared for, you are cherished, your well-being matters. In many profound ways, it is Japan's cherished version of chicken soup, a universal comfort but with an added invaluable layer of gut-supporting probiotics and a wealth of essential minerals, making it a far more comprehensive elixir for holistic health. To recreate this comforting magic at home, you don't require elaborate, hard-to-find ingredients or complex culinary techniques. Simply heat water gently. Never ever allow it to reach a rolling boil, as this can unfortunately destroy the delicate beneficial probiotics in the miso. Stir in a generous spoonful of miso paste, choosing white or red depending on your personal taste preference, each offering a distinct flavor. Add rehydrated wakame, soft cubes of tofu for protein, and a handful of freshly sliced green onions for a delicate bite. You can certainly customize it with other vegetables, but resist the urge to overcomplicate it, to add too much. The true profound magic lies in its elegant, understated simplicity, its ability to nourish with minimal fuss, a quiet powerhouse of health. As the crisp colder months gracefully descend upon Japan, bringing with them a noticeable chill in the air, when the atmosphere carries the nostalgic, comforting scent of wood smoke curling from chimneys, and the days visibly shorten, painting the landscape in muted hues, kitchens across the country begin to fill with the rich, slow-simmering, deeply savory aroma of gyuji nikomi, a revered traditional beef tendon stew. This dish is neither flashy nor quick to prepare, demanding patience and time, but its power is undeniable and profoundly felt, especially by those whose joints ache with a persistent, nagging throb, a constant reminder of discomfort, and whose legs swell with every demanding step, a heavy burden. Beef tendon, at a cursory glance, might initially appear tough, fibrous, and unyielding, almost rubbery in its raw state, an unlikely culinary candidate. However, when subjected to hours of gentle, patient, unhurried simmering, a slow dance with heat and time, it undergoes a magical transformation, becoming incredibly soft, almost silken in texture, melting in the mouth, and deeply, profoundly nourishing, imparting its goodness to the broth. It is exceptionally rich in both type 1 and type 3 collagen, vital proteins that provide essential structural integrity to your skin, making it supple and resilient, the robust, flexible strength of your ligaments, ensuring stability, and the strong, resilient walls of your blood vessels, crucial for efficient circulation. It proves particularly beneficial for aging joints that may have lost some of their youthful elasticity, their bounce, or have begun to weaken under the cumulative, unrelenting strain of time and daily wear and tear, acting as a powerful internal repair mechanism. In Japan, this cherished dish is simultaneously deeply traditional, a cornerstone of comfort food, and intimately personal, often linked to cherished family memories. Recipes for gyuji nikomi are frequently tenderly passed down through generations, each family adding its own subtle variations, a touch of a secret ingredient here, a slightly different spice there, yet their core essence, their commitment to deep internal nourishment, remains beautifully consistent. Slow, deliberate cooking, a warm, enveloping broth that offers solace, and an unwavering commitment to profound, holistic well-being from within. I recall vividly, during my time living in the bustling, vibrant city of Osaka, a patient of mine, a gentleman in his late 80s, invited me to his humble, welcoming home one blustery December evening, the wind rattling the windows. He had, with quiet dignity and profound sorrow, lost his beloved wife a few years prior, yet he continued, without fail, to lovingly cook her favorite winter stew, gyuji nikomi, every single week, a ritual that honored her memory. It serves as a gentle reminder to my knees to keep working, he confided with a quiet, knowing laugh, a twinkle in his eye, a testament to his enduring spirit. He patiently showed me his meticulous process, how he slow-simmered beef tendon with generous chunks of daikon radish, a root vegetable prized for its subtle sweetness, fragrant ginger adding a warming spice, a splash of dark soy sauce for umami depth, and a touch of sake enriching the flavor. The aroma that filled his small kitchen was earthy, complex, deeply comforting, wrapping itself around us like a warm blanket. He served it simply with a bowl of pristine white rice, allowing the stew to be the star and a cup of delicate green tea. His hands, though wonderfully wrinkled with age, moved with unwavering steadiness, a testament to his continued dexterity, and his posture remained remarkably upright, his back straight. There was no walker beside him, no array of pills cluttering his table, just the simple, profound sustenance of his soup, a testament to its power. This dish is far more than mere comfort food. It represents functional nutrition at its absolute finest, a masterclass in culinary alchemy. As the beef tendon slowly breaks down over the hours of cooking, its rich collagen is gently, patiently released into the broth, transforming it into a luxurious, gelatinous liquid, a veritable elixir of youth for the joints. This potent liquid actively supports tissue repair, rebuilding and fortifying, and ensures that joints remain cushioned and well lubricated, thereby facilitating smoother, more pain-free movement, allowing for a life of greater activity. It also significantly improves skin elasticity, contributing to a youthful glow, and fortifies the walls of blood vessels, making them more resilient and efficient, making it an ideal therapeutic choice for those experiencing persistent, debilitating swelling in their legs. The strategic addition of daikon, a beloved type of Japanese radish, further enhances its healing power, contributing powerful anti-inflammatory properties that soothe discomfort and aiding in digestion, making the entire meal even more supportive of recovery and overall metabolic balance, a truly holistic approach. You don't need a specialized, expensive Japanese clay pot or esoteric, hard-to-find ingredients to prepare this at home. A trusty slow cooker, patiently working its magic, or even a regular, heavy-bottomed pot on the stove will suffice. Simply simmer beef tendon, readily available in most Asian markets or from some discerning butchers, with warming ginger, sweet onions, savory soy sauce, and a splash of mirin or sake, if you have it. Add daikon radish or carrots towards the end of the cooking process to ensure they remain tender but still retain their shape and a subtle bite, contributing their unique flavors and nutrients to this deeply restorative meal. It is often overlooked, dismissed without a second thought, a thin, nearly transparent film, habitually peeled away and discarded without so much as a moment's consideration, its value utterly unrecognized. Yet, in the rich, intricate tapestry of traditional Japanese home remedies, a collection of ancestral wisdom passed down through centuries, the delicate membrane found nestled precisely inside an eggshell is regarded with a quiet reverence, treated as a natural, potent source of profound healing for aching, stiff joints and tired, weary bodies. This fragile inner layer, so easily overlooked, situated precisely between the hard, protective outer shell and the soft, nourishing egg white, is a true marvel of nature, a miniature powerhouse of regeneration. It is remarkably rich in collagen, particularly type X collagen, a specialized form crucial for bone and cartilage formation, alongside a powerful, naturally occurring synergy of hyaluronic acid, which provides lubrication, chondroitin, supporting cartilage structure, and glucosamine, a key building block for connective tissue. This specific combination is a formidable team, working harmoniously and efficiently to support the regeneration of cartilage, actively reduce inflammation that causes pain and swelling, and crucially, to help retain vital moisture within the joints, providing essential lubrication and cushioning, ensuring smoother, pain-free movement. In Japan, particularly within its serene, picturesque rural regions where ancient traditions are still deeply cherished, elders have long held the inner membrane of boiled eggs in high esteem, recognizing its unique properties. Some would meticulously, patiently dry it, allowing it to become brittle, then painstakingly grind it into an incredibly fine, almost ethereal powder, which they would then humbly add to warm, comforting porridge or carefully mix into their daily miso soup, a hidden boost of nourishment. Others chose an even simpler, more direct approach, gently peeling it away, carefully separating it from the shell, and allowing it to dissolve slowly in a comforting cup of warm tea, a therapeutic ritual. This wasn't perceived as medicine sourced from a sterile, impersonal pharmacy filled with synthetic compounds. It was, quite profoundly, nourishment gracefully and bountifully provided by nature itself, a direct gift from the earth, easily accessible and free. I vividly recall a deeply insightful conversation with a wise 92-year-old farmer in the picturesque mountainous region of Nagano, a place known for its pristine natural beauty. She proudly showed me a small, unassuming tin she kept tucked away near her traditional stove, its surface worn smooth by years of use. Inside, a finely blended mixture of powdered eggshell membrane and dried bonito flakes, a savory addition. Just a tiny pinch every morning, she explained with a gentle, knowing smile, her eyes twinkling with a lifetime of experience. For my knees and for my garden. And to my astonishment and profound admiration, she still walked her fields with unwavering dedication and an enviable agility every spring, her steps light, her body unbent, a living testament to the efficacy of her simple remedy. Scientific studies, with increasing frequency and rigor, have begun to independently confirm what these wise, intuitive elders seemed to understand for centuries, long before modern laboratories existed. Daily intake of eggshell membrane has shown promising, statistically significant results in helping to significantly reduce joint pain and stiffness, with noticeable, measurable improvements often observed in as little as 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use, a remarkably rapid turnaround for such a persistent issue. Its naturally occurring synergistic nutrients work gently yet effectively to rebuild and fortify the delicate, often degraded lining between your bones, the cartilage that enables fluid movement, thereby helping you to bend, to walk, and to stand with greater ease, renewed comfort, and a profound sense of freedom. If you feel compelled to explore this ancient, time-honored remedy in your own home, begin by boiling organic, free-range eggs, ensuring they are from a trusted source. After you've carefully peeled them, gently remove the soft, thin, almost translucent membrane from the inside of the shell. You can then lay it out to dry on a clean plate or parchment paper, allowing it to thoroughly air dry for a day or two until it is completely brittle. Once completely dry, crush it into an incredibly fine powder using a mortar and pestle or a clean coffee grinder and store it diligently in an airtight container protected from moisture. Use just a small pinch, a fraction of a teaspoon, adding it to your morning soup, stirring it into your comforting tea, or even mixing it into yogurt or a smoothie. The flavor is incredibly mild, almost imperceptible, blending seamlessly into most dishes, yet its potential impact can be deeply profound and wonderfully transformative. In our fast-paced, often overly commercialized Western world, simple, natural, and ancestral remedies like these are often regrettably overlooked, dismissed as quaint folklore, and consequently lost to the annals of time. But in Japanese homes, where the art of healing is cherished, nurtured, and lovingly passed down like precious family stories, even the most fragile, seemingly insignificant layer of an eggshell holds immense restorative value, a testament to a deeper wisdom. And sometimes, just sometimes, that is truly all it takes. A thin, delicate layer, a small, consistent habit, patiently cultivated, and a quiet, steadfast commitment to profound personal care and self-nurturing. Next, we will uncover a fascinating dish that surprisingly contains no collagen itself, yet possesses the remarkable ability to empower your body to create more of its own, all while invigorating your blood circulation and making your legs feel remarkably lighter, freer, and utterly revitalized. At first encounter, konnyaku presents itself as rather unremarkable, almost unassuming. It's typically found as a grayish, jelly-like block, often dotted with tiny, almost imperceptible specks of seaweed, soft to the touch yet firm and resilient when sliced, possessing a unique, satisfying texture. In English, it's sometimes playfully referred to as devil's tongue yam, a rather dramatic moniker, but in Japan, it's known by a much more affectionate, fitting, and descriptive moniker, the broom of the intestines, hinting at its profound internal cleansing properties. And here's the intriguing, often surprising part. While konnyaku contains absolutely no collagen directly in the way that animal products do, it plays an incredibly powerful, indispensable supporting role in your body's natural collagen production and, crucially, in optimizing your circulation, enhancing the flow of life-giving fluids throughout your entire system. Crafted meticulously from the root of the konjac plant, a fibrous and robust botanical, konjaku is extraordinarily low in calories, making it a wonderful addition to any diet, and boasts an impressive abundance of glucomannan, a unique, highly beneficial soluble fiber. This remarkable fiber, upon entering your digestive tract, acts much like a gentle, efficient internal broom, sweeping cleanly through your intestines, effectively helping to remove accumulated waste, toxins, and significantly reduce inflammation throughout your entire system, creating an optimal environment for healing. But what truly elevates its value for aging bodies, for those seeking to regain vitality, is its profound yet wonderfully gentle effect on vigorous blood flow and accelerated cellular renewal, two critical components of anti-aging and sustained health. Healthy, vigorous blood flow is paramount. It ensures a generous, consistent supply of oxygen, a rich delivery of essential nutrients, and the efficient transport of vital collagen-building blocks directly to your skin, helping to maintain its youthful elasticity, to your joints, ensuring their lubrication and flexibility, and to your muscles, enabling strength and movement. If your circulation is sluggish, like a slow-moving, stagnant river rather than a vibrant, rushing current, your legs may feel heavy, burdened by an unseen weight, and persistently swell. Your joints may ache constantly, signaling distress, and your body's natural healing processes, its inherent capacity for repair, can become frustratingly slow, almost stagnant. Konjaku, with its quiet efficiency and gentle yet potent action, helps to move things along, to get the vital fluids flowing, gently yet effectively, revitalizing your internal landscape. It's also a beloved, traditional staple in the quintessential Japanese winter stew, oden, a comforting dish enjoyed by millions, where it patiently simmers for hours, thoroughly soaking up the deep, umami-rich flavors of the dashi broth, becoming infused with its essence. Its texture is delightfully springy, almost bouncy, its taste wonderfully mild, allowing it to be a versatile canvas for flavors, yet its profound impact on internal well-being and overall vitality is surprisingly significant, often underestimated by those unfamiliar with its quiet power. Many elders in Japan intentionally consume konjaku weekly, making it a regular part of their diet, to support both their digestion, ensuring efficiency and comfort, and their metabolic balance, which in turn helps to maintain the suppleness and resilience of their connective tissues, preventing stiffness and the smooth, graceful movement of their joints, allowing them to remain active and independent. I distinctly recall an elderly man in Yamagata, a region known for its rugged mountains, who served me slices of konjaku lightly sautéed with fragrant sesame oil and a touch of savory soy sauce. A simple yet delicious preparation. He called it, with a knowing twinkle in his eye and a gentle smile, food for the knees, a testament to his belief in its targeted benefits. Every time he ate it, he would declare, with a sense of profound satisfaction, "I can feel my legs saying thank you," a beautiful, visceral connection to his body's quiet gratitude. If your curiosity is piqued and you're eager to try it, konjaku is generally easy to find in most Japanese or larger Asian grocery